Hey y'all, welcome to Clove Room. I am very excited to bring you this video because it is the intro to my inaugural project pan. Really exciting. I am so elated, don't use excited again, so elated to share the products I have decided to put into this project, why I'm doing this project, and all of that good stuff. So if you want to hear more about that, just keep watching, and if you are new here, welcome. My name is Cam, and I am a non-binary and queer lover of makeup and beauty community and all of that. And I love talking about beauty, my beauty consumption, my beauty usage in this case, and also how I try to combat the dark desire in me to buy every makeup product known to man and use it to cover up my depression. So if any of that sounds good, anything at all, would really help me out a lot if you liked this video, and if you want to join this little community, this little micro community, please subscribe. And we can get on with the video now. So, in my last video, the beauty resolutions tag, which I will link below and in the cards, if there's still cards. Are there still cards? If there are still cards, I will link my resolutions tag video there. It is, I think, a pretty good one, especially if you don't know who I am. I think it is a nice intro to little old me. In that video, I said that I might do a project pan and actually inserted a text slide in there that said, hey, I actually have decided to do a project pan. I have never seen myself as a project pan girly for whatever reason. And I think it's because I built it up to be this really complicated, hard thing. It's actually not. I did a little research. By research, I mean I watched a Kelly Gooch video that she made about how to do a project pan, which was super helpful. I will also link that down below if you are curious. It's a really super helpful video about how to do a project pan, how you can make it as casual or as specific and, you know, sort of task and administratively confusing as you want to. I want to do something pretty simple. So I have 10 products here. Got that down from 18. I want to always do too much at the start of an ambitious project. So I'm glad I edited down my initial list of 18 to 10. 10 is much more manageable. Good job, me. My rules are pretty simple. For most of these, actually for all of them, I have a specific goal. The specific goal for all of them, except for one, is to use them up completely. One of them, I just want to hit pan. And when I do that, I will roll in another product. It doesn't have to be in the same category. It just has to be a makeup product I want to use up. And I think I'm going to keep the number at 10 throughout the entire year. I will say though, I am somebody whose mind changes more than the weather. I can wake up tomorrow and not even want to do this, but I'm going to commit to doing this project pan for the entire year, don't worry. But for now, 10 products. I will roll others in as I use them up, or if I just want to remove a product from the project. One more caveat before we jump in. A lot of this is Glossier. I love Glossier, flaws and all. Maybe not all the flaws, but I love the brand Glossier. I love a lot of their products. And I just so happen to have a lot of products from them that are pretty close to being used up, so I want to get them out of my collection, or I'm just worried are going to be expired before I have the chance to use them up if I don't really commit to it. So there's that caveat. Another big reason I should say I'm doing this project is I recently used up 2 complexion products, the Glossier Skin Tint and the Salt New York Sneaky Balm. And both of those were products that were basically used up and just sitting in my collection for the longest time. And I realized I have a problem about, okay, I've sort of almost gotten to the end of a product. I'm just going to put it back in my collection and not really commit to actually finishing it, completely panning it, and moving it out of my collection. So I'm trying to be better about that. I am trying to finish what I start. So that is another reason I felt compelled to do this project, because I already mentally had so many products earmarked as things that would make great project pan candidates. Let me introduce you to the inaugural class of Clove Room's first project pan. I'm assuming you clapped or did something in the realm of celebratory noises. I have 2 primers. I technically have 2 concealers. I have a bronzer, a blush, a highlight multi-use product, a loose powder, and 2 lip products. So my 2 primers, I have the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing primer. I have the mini, the 1/2 ounce size, and I have the Glossier Future Dew. I really love the Future Dew. I think it's a beautiful product, super hydrating. They call it an oil serum hybrid, which I think is exactly right. It has a really beautiful texture. I think some people might find it a little sticky. I don't really mind that. Has a super lovely soft pink color. I think it's great. I've actually used up an entire one of these before. I'd say I'm like close to halfway done with this, so I don't think this will take me much longer than 3 months. Like I feel like mentally, I think all of these are going to take me 3 months, so I could be wrong. I'm a Project Pan virgin, so I could be sitting with all of these in July and being like, what the hell? The Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing, I'm a little less keen on. It's fine. I feel like it's a very average makeup primer. It does some pore blurring, not a ton, but enough so it's not completely useless. I want to use this up now because, you know, it is only a 1/2 ounce mini size, so it's not going to take that long, I don't think. I just use it on my T-zone where I have the biggest pores. I do sometimes or often get a lot oilier in the summer, and this just does nothing for oil control in my experience. If anything, it makes it maybe even a little oilier. So that's just one I know I'm not going to want to reach for in the summer. So I think I can use it up pretty quickly right now. Again, I'm thinking 2 to 3 months on that one. Obviously, I'll let you know how it goes. That's the whole purpose of this project. I don't know if I said it before, I will be doing monthly updates on this here channel. So kind of traditional Project Pan videos where every month I update you. So there you go. The concealer product that I'm using as an all-over base product is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I have this in the shade G11. An oldie, but a still goodie. I have quite a bit of use in this. I have dug quite the hole in it. Still haven't hit the bottom, haven't hit pan, if you will, yet. I used this for the longest time as it's sort of meant to be used as an under eye concealer. And I really, really enjoyed it. It once was one of my favorite concealers. I just feel the rest of the industry and other lightweight hydrating concealers have kind of passed this by. I just find it a little bit of an outdated formula with, you know, when you have like the say Hydra Beam or even the Ilia True Serum Skin Concealer, whatever the Ilia one is called. I find those are just a lot lighter, a little bit more coverage, blur a lot more. This is not the most blurring. Glossier could stand to maybe iterate on this formula a little. Like I had mentioned before, I used up my Salt New York Sneaky Balm at the beginning of this year, and using it up reminded me about how much I loved it. Love a balmy, creamy skin tint, I have found. So when I used it up, I was like, I'm actually really gonna miss that product. I almost wish I hadn't completely used it up, although I'm so happy I did. Got all the use I could get out of it. But then I was like, oh, you don't reach for your stretch concealer anymore. You've had it in the back of your mind that it might be decluttered soon. So I was like, oh my gosh, you could use that as your substitute and not have to buy anything and also use up an old product. And that's just what we're doing, folks. So I don't think this should take me that long since, again, I do have a pretty good hole dug in there already. And there's not a ton of product in this. That is actually my one complaint about the Salt New York one. The Salt New York Sneaky Balm is similarly sized actually to the Stretch Concealer, which is intended to be used as a concealer. The Salt New York is meant to be used all over your face, and I just wish there was a little bit more product in there. I think this is another 3-monther. I'm putting in the 3-month camp because I just think it's not gonna take that long to use this up. Famous last words. Kosas Revealer Concealer is the next product. So this is what I'm going to use more as a traditional under eye concealer, if you will. I do sometimes, especially when I use it with the stretch concealer, I will build up the coverage on my cheeks a little with this too. Works great for that. I have this in the shade 01 Neutral. Really good shade for me, especially in winter. It is a lovely, truly neutral, almost olive shade, which works really well for me. This isn't my favorite. Like I mentioned, I really prefer the Ilia, which I've used up, or the Say, which I also have, but is a lot newer than this product. And Kosas products will go bad. I have heard that time and time again. They are not kidding about their expiration dates. They're not like the other girls who are just like, yeah, technically it expires in a year, but you know, you can have it for 5. This is one where they're like, it expires in a year and there ain't an ounce, of preservative in there, so good luck. So I did pay for this myself. I paid for all of these myself, if that's not obvious by the size of my channel. I do not get PR. I just want to use it up. It is a good enough concealer and I do really like it. It has a lot of moisture in it. It would probably be a little heavy for me in the summer, so I think now is a good time to use it up. And yeah, I have significant windowing on this, so I don't think it should take too long. I'm giving it 3 months. I'm telling y'all, come April, we're gonna have a lot of empties here. I have the Glossier Wowder. This is probably my favorite powder of all time. I love a loose powder. I love a powder that's not too powdery. I prefer this to the Kosas Cloud Set, I know. I feel like the beauty community has just passed this product by, but this is one where I would argue like this formula is not as competitive as it once was with what's out there now. I still think this is better than any other powder I've tried, save maybe the Rare Beauty one. I really like the Rare Beauty loose powder as well. I find it to be very similar to this actually, but I've had this one for a lot longer. I am almost done with it. I really don't have that much left. I think this one might be a more 4 or 5 monther because I don't use that much setting powder on a daily basis. I usually do powder my T-zone and under eyes and all of that. I can see this one taking longer than I initially think. So I'm gonna give this one 4 or 5 months. And I am in the shade G11, G12, which is the lightest shade, I believe. Next product. We have a cream bronzer from Miss Salt New York herself. This is the Sculpt and Bronze Cream Tint Pro in the shade Light. As you can see, I have pretty significant pan on it already. This is a really beautiful product, definitely a little dewy, doesn't completely dry down. It's not the longest lasting, but I do think it's a really nice cream formulation. I will say I'm more partial to the color of the light medium shade, but that one's a lot newer to me and doesn't have pan in it yet. This one has significant pan. And also while I'm at my lightest in the winter, now is a great time to use it up. I do sometimes struggle to get the light shade to show up on me when I am at my tannest in the summer. I don't fake tan or anything, by the way. I just run outside. So when I run outside in the summer, I get more tan. And I do wear SPF. Wear SPF, folks. So I don't think this one will take that long. I think this is another 3 monther. It's in the 3 monther camp with a lot of the other girlies. But yeah, I'm excited to get the use out of that, get another empty Salt New York pan, and it'll be groovy. So my blush pick is actually a powder blush. And this is the only product in the project that the goal is not to use this up. I just would love to hit pan on this. This is Pat McGrath Fleurtatious, the iconic Fleurtatious. If you watch Khaki Reviews Beauty, you know how magic this product is. And I will just retweet and endorse everything she has said about it. I bought it because of Khaki. Pretty sure I used her affiliate link. And she's exactly right. It's just the perfect lavendery but warm pink beige tone. This powder formula is incredible. I use it all the time. It is the perfect blush to finish up looks when you don't know what a look needs. It probably, if you have a fair to light skin tone, I should say, needs Flirtatious. So I definitely don't want to, oh gosh. Definitely don't want to use it up. And that's not the goal because I could not use this up in a year. I'm just going to say that now. There ain't no way. Since it is a powder and there's over 9 grams of product in here, so there's a lot of blush in here. I would just love, and this is more experimental, I just want to track and see how long it's going to take me to hit pan on this because I use it all the time, but the embossing is still embossing. So, and this is a fairly recent purchase. I think I got this in October or November. But I'm just curious how long it's going to take to hit pan. So that's why it's in here to kind of just document that journey. So as soon as I do, I'll rotate it out because, again, I'm not trying to use it up or anything like that. I just, it's very much in the vein of how many licks does it take to get to the bottom of a Tootsie Pop? How many blush uses does it take to get to the bottom of a pan of a Pat McGrath blush? Next up, we have a product I'm not nearly as fond of. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow, or maybe Complexion. I don't remember. This is in the shade 2 Light. I got this a while ago, and I loved it for a long time because it was unique for a long time. Now I think, as we all know, there's dupes, alternatives, better iterations, yada, yada, yada. The packaging is not great. I don't love the doe foot for, such a luxury price tag. All the words and writing sure rubs off as if it's a ColourPop product, but whatever, Charlotte, I think I've said enough. I've criticized you enough in this video, but this is one I think I'm being a little ambitious with this. I do have windowing, and I think I have probably about 3/5 of the product left. I used to use this more as like a skin tint or a priming product, and now I use it more over bases. Although actually today I'm wearing it as more of like a skin tint with the Kosas concealer over it, and I think it looks nice. It's just not my favorite anymore. I just want it out. Like, I just want to use it up. I want to get all of my money out of this. Even though I bought it with a gift card, I still want to get all my money out of this because I regret not buying the mini. And this is not a 3-monther. I think it's going to take the entire year, and I don't even know if I can finish it in the entire year. I am a little bit worried that this is going to be a product that I might fail on because I could totally see me being like, I'm so sick of the Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. Out. Get out of the project. But I know, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I just talked a bunch of shit about it, but they're there. A lot of people do love you. The entirety of TikTok, which sold you out for a calendar year. So yeah, the goal on that one is more, I would like to use it up in this calendar year, and I want to devote using it up because I'm pretty sure it's going to go bad sometime soon, or at least be too old to use comfortably. Last two products are both Glossier and are both lip products, and are both products I absolutely love and have gotten tons of use out of over the years. The Generation G matte lipstick in Leo and the Ultralip in Trench. The Ultralip in Trench is an absolute gimme. This is my gift to myself because it's really basically gone. There's so little left, and this is one that you can just slather. I can just slather it on like that. I feel like I could use that up in a month, maybe 2 months. But that's one I can definitely use up fairly quickly. And the Glossier Leo, I think, is more in the Say It With Me 3-month club. This is probably my favorite lipstick of all time, though. I know a lot of people don't love the Generation G formula. I think as long as you hydrate your lips, it is beautiful. I love a soft matte lipstick, and the color of Leo, I know it used to be warmer and a lot of people miss that, but I love it. The only thing I don't love about these Generation G lipsticks, which happens with everyone that I've had, and I know it happens to most people's, the lid cracks and you cannot close it all the way, which is a shame. Because even if this did cost $4, I would still think that's annoying, but it does not cost $4, certainly, and that should not happen. Don't understand how this can not crack. The Ultralip, no problem, but for some reason, the Generation G must be a cracked mess. Oh well. But those are the products. Those are the 10 products. I'm pretty sure I've said everything I have to say about this. I will be honest, I had my first audio didn't record on a video moment, so I feel like I'm a real beauty YouTuber now. So I'm hoping I didn't say something in the first version of this video that I meant to say here. So let me go through the checklist. Project Pan, I'm doing it because I want to learn how often I use my makeup, how I interact with my makeup, how long it actually takes for me personally to use up things, because I can watch people and kind of think in my mind that I might be like them and how long it takes them to use up something, but until I do it myself, how will I know? I think it's going to be really cool to track, like visually track through this YouTube channel, how long it takes me to go through products. Again, how many licks does it take to get to the bottom of Fleurtatious? IDK, but I'm here to learn, and I'm here for you to learn with me. I'm just really excited. I am so happy that I removed whatever biases I had toward Project Pans, because I've always enjoyed watching them. I've just always been like, that could never be me. I would never be good enough to do that. But I'm good enough to do anything. You know, this is 2023. Self-doubt is not cute anymore. Bloated self-confidence. I think I've said all I've had to say. I will link that Kelly Gooch video about starting the Project Pan if you are interested. I know I'm starting this a little bit later than a lot of people who are starting Project Pans in the new year, but who gives a shit? Start whenever you want. And thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Again, I would really, really appreciate it if you could give this video a like. It helps me out a lot, or so I'm told. It should help me out a lot with trying to introduce themselves with the algorithm. If you could subscribe to my channel, that would also be a huge, huge help. I hope you are doing well wherever you are. I hope things are good. I hope the new year is starting off well, whether you're doing resolutions or not. And yeah, just thanks so much for being here. Bye, y'all.